those magnificent men in their flying machines. They go up to the up, up, they go down to the up, down.
Hiya. Right, as I said in the video yesterday, when I got time now today, I've got my camera lady with me, brilliant, so we can show you how I've done the cabanes. Now, this is the cabanes, right, for the, well, whilst I'm on the subject before we start, obviously you can see I've cut out the plastic fuse, the fuse cop, alright, and what I used to do that was, like I said, my trusty, see how it's getting smaller and smaller, the blade, the Dremel wheel, and you just cut roughly around it first, and then afterwards you gently sand it in with the wheel, like so, you know, and then, or you can use a file or sandpaper. Well, this is quick and it's nice. So once you get used to it, it's easier to do. So I'll finish that later and come to that another date. So we're on the cabanes. Now, as the plan, with this kit, they do actually give you the pieces, but updating to the chap or the guy or the person, lady, whoever is coming to build this, who takes the plan off me, right, they won't have that luxury. So I thought I'd show you how I made. If I pan the camera lady, she can pan, really can't see if you can get in there. See, like I'm pointing my finger up there on the cam pup there, that I've made them myself. So we're back to this. Okay, I personally think they should be a bit wider, but that's what came. So that would normally just flip in like that, both sides. So I'll show you how I make them. So as you can see, I've done one demo there, so that's that side. Okay, so how I do that, you basically just get your piece of wood. You've obviously measured the length to where you want on your wire. This is obviously, this is pretending that's that, if you know what I mean. This is like a mock-up. Okay, so what I tend to do is, if you can get the camera, you get a marker pen, go up it like that. Just basically mark down the sides of your, I mean, this is probably what people normally know already, but you never know. So that's what I always say anyway. It doesn't matter how roughly you mark it, right? Okay, so you've got your middle piece here. Now, just for argument's sake, this is just find a Dremel tool, one little ball end. I use a ball end, but it doesn't matter, whatever bit you've got on it, and then you go through it. Right. Take your time and do it for the sake of the video. Obviously when you're doing it, you take your time. It doesn't matter how depth you go, because obviously you're going to put epoxy resin in there. Right, so you've got them, just for argument's sake, you've got them to the right depth. Obviously you want them so they touch, nicely touch. So I could go a bit deeper. You know what, I'm going to do it, because it's just bloody bugger it. I'll do it. I think I need a new Dremel. Right, so that's a bit better. See what I mean? So they're in, okay? And obviously I've brushed it, but you take your time and you get them nice. Now here's the trick. Because you've got to get this off, this has got to come off, okay? You got to, with this particular model, you've got to sand it. So what I use if you've got one of these, it's a must. So might as well use it because you're there. Right, so you imagine that's the side of your fuse where that is, that's the angle there, and then the other side you sand it the same angle down, right? So you got, so you're sanding it the same angle, so when they go on they're like that, okay? So they sit nice and flush like they have there on the fuse, okay? So that's that. So you epoxy resin them in, 5-minute epoxy. Obviously these will be a level at the top, I'll just cut it rough, but you can get the gist of what I'm talking about. So they'll be like that, see? So that'll be your top, this will be cut off so it's nice and level. And you obviously have to fettle with it because you have the length of the cabane struts, the rods themselves. And you eventually get it, once you've got one, you've got them all. if that makes sense, because they're all going to be the same length. Okay, and so you've got them in. Once the glue, 5-minute epoxy does the job. Then clean off the epoxy as best you can on the sides, because it's a bugger to sand after it dries. Okay, and then you'll have a look at the picture and you sand it to shape. And I believe I've done the bottoms, as you can see, they're roughly it. And the bottom, it will be the top is the same as the bottom shape. So basically, it's just to have it. So. That's as simple as that, really. You know, you can even go with it, but see, so you've got them the same shape, and then get your missus's nail file or your nail file if that way inclined. Okay, and then if you can get around to see it, twist it up. See, so you got your roughly that shape. Okay, now that's them. Right. So I hope that helps, because that's basically the basic tip of it. You know, once you get them nice and shaped, you know, just to prove it, it does come out. Watch, it won't come out now. Probably stuck with it. But there you go. Look, see, not a problem. See, now it comes. All right, it's just a must. So the next job will be now. I'm gonna. There is a bit I've got to come to, but I might do that in another video. Obviously, you've got to put your pilot in, which I'm looking forward to. Empty the crap out if you can. Cover this bit is where the machine guns go. You need to put a bit of strengthening in there, obviously, because that's not going to help. So you just trace around that, which I'll do in another video. It's not difficult, really, is it? Okay. And then, so we'll put it back in just to prove it fits. Okay. It will fit. I'm telling you. What went in will come out. There you go. Lovely. Okay. Right. So, rigging bit. Okay. This is the thing. On this one, I'm not really too sure how I'd really want to go about doing this one. Bearing in mind it's all false rigging. The reason I wouldn't put solid wire there is because when you're trying to get your top wing on, they do need to move a little bit. That's just the name of the game. Not a lot. So I tend to use elastic cord, which I'll get a piece. All good stuff. You can get this from any any sewing shop, that's what I call them. See, so it's nice and thin in plastic. Well, I will come in the ring in another date. Alright, so you get the effect of that way and that way, you know? So it looks pretty cool with it on. Okay, but then what I normally do is I make up my own little hooks, but I haven't decided yet, so I'm going to do that in another video, which way to do it. Well, hair grips are a really good idea. If I had any here, I'd show you, but I use them on the pup and on the triplane. And you put your hair grips in and the epoxy resin them in. As they work a treat, because obviously you're going to have them coming off there onto your wing, but that's another day, right? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I would say that's about it for now, and onwards and upwards. Okay, cheerio, bye.
Those magnificent men, those magnificent men, those magnificent